Miss Truce,
Yeah.
as we propel forward in today's podcast, were there any topics that you wanted to discuss?
Yes, do you know what? I wanted to talk about certain foods that we eat and how it has an effect on us.
Who's the we and who's the us?
Yeah, I feel like you're directing this at someone.
No. Us, I think
That's point.
most people, but I think especially in the black community. So I was saying off air to Wiley, I think our seasoning has got a lot to do with why. Because if you look at how much people now are getting strokes, are having heart attacks, are having cancers. This, like, unless obviously we've reached the age where now it's becoming common for people to pass away, it seems too frequent. And to me, I just feel like there's something in the food and there's a lot of African and Caribbean people that's being affected. And what do we like? We love our food. We love our seasoning. We love food that tastes nice. But it's tasting nice, but is it killing us?
Rain definitely wants to answer.
I was going to say a quick thing, and then I'll let the seasoning. Yes, it is killing people, but there is a difference between the Raja or the tropical sun seasoning and then the authentic seasoning that you'll get in Ochi Market or in a market in Nigeria or Barbados or whatever. Remember, when you get seasoning in Jamaica or Trinidad, Barbados, Africa, Nigeria, blah, 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 these things are picked off of trees and they're grinded together. There is no...
Dry.
Exactly, all of that stuff. There is no MSG. There is no table salt. When you buy tropical sun seasoning, the amount of salt, and I'm not talking about proper salt because you've got 3 types of salt, which is why he's saying, I've got something to say. You've got 3 types of salt. The table salt that you buy in the shop, Saxa, is a load of crap. It kills you. It is like smoking a cigarette. But then you've got the Himalayan pink salt and then you've got the Celtic sea salt. That's the good stuff. That is not the stuff that is in the seasoning, as in the good stuff. You get the crap. MSG is what is in...
Can you explain what MSG means?
I don't know what it stands for, but it's used as an enhancer.
Flavor enhancer.
A flavour enhancer. And it's used a lot or in most Chinese dishes. So stir fries in their, I don't know, Kung Pao chicken and all that kind of stuff.
Monosodium glutamate.
Right. Whatever. You see what you just said there? It is a killer. It is a killer.
Monosodium glutamate. That's the one.
So, I don't know. I'm on the edge. I'm on the edge of that. Interestingly and scarily, I had this conversation yesterday. And I never knew he was going to bring this up.
Yeah.
However, if we open our minds up a bit, and I really appreciate that the way you've directed your question to say, they've put it in our seasoning, so is that killing us? Less people cook now than they did 10, 15, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So, not saying yourself, but if I was to put a piece of chicken, some carrots, onion, garlic, pimento citrus, and whatever else.
You know them things are dead. You know difference to your food.
What?
I'm just saying.
And
Fish and chips, that's what
I don't eat them things. But pimento seeds do not make a
Bangers and
difference.
mash.
You all right?
Mad.
I'm just saying.
all-purpose seasoning don't make...
No, pimento seeds.
Well,
If you want to get that flavour, use black pepper leaves.
it's called...
But we won't even go down that because we'll fight.
It's called allspice. But, all right.
Allspice.
Say no more. Okay.
But anyway, so if I was to put this...
After shaving his food.
Not old, but I get why you'd say that. So put them ingredients on a table, and no disrespect, if you look in your phone book at the last 10 people you've spoken to, how many of them would turn that into a meal? And when you then think to yourself,
Citrus already now.
Brother, I cook every day.
when you then think to yourself, how many of us are doing the Deliveroo, the Just Eat, the Uber Eats, or let me just swing by, pick something up real quick, real easy. On the way home, I'm just going to grab that and whatever. So as much as I don't disagree with what you're saying,
Yeah.
I think it only plays part of
Yeah.
a much bigger problem.
Yeah.
So, bless my mum. Up to now, there's no point. I've said this on the podcast before. There's no point taking mum to any restaurant. Any restaurant. It could be the dirty one around the corner, or it could be something on Park Lane. She's gonna walk in there and she's gonna look around for a reason why she don't like the food before
My mum's
she's
the
seen
same.
it or
My
tasted
mum's
it.
the same.
So she will be more than happy
Yeah.
to give her the raw ingredients and
Yeah.
let's go home, and she'll cook and make
The food.
whatever stir fry. I'm gonna do my own stir fry. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
With pimento seed and whatever else I really don't like. But she'll just do her own thing because she then knows everything that's gone into the food. She knows where it's come from and how to make it work. Is this replicated now between my mum's, in her 70s? So speaking to someone in their 50s, someone in their 30s, someone in their, late teens, can they replicate? Not necessarily exactly the same, but can they make it happen? Or does their life revolve
No,
around
you're right. You're
quick,
right.
easy food?
They do. I think a lot of
Not to take away
No.
from what you said about the
No. I think it does play a factor. But yes, there is a lot of people, adults, with their kids. It's easy. Let me just get a takeaway food. It's easy access, whatever. So the cooking kind of comes out of the window, kind of thing. But the reason why I think it plays a factor is because so much, obviously, regarding people having strokes, heart failures, a lot of females having fibroids. That's like a massive thing, especially with Black women.
Is there any scientific link to that, or is it just we're just saying
There's not been. They still haven't found what is the reason for why there's a big portion of Black women and to some extent Asian women that are getting fibroids. They can't put it.
PCOS?
Yes, PCOS as well.
And PCOS,
They can't explain that, but there's a lot of, and even Black girls like are having serious, painful menstrual cycles and stuff like that at young ages. Like I said before, I teach in a girls' school, and there's a lot of girls younger years that will have really severe, menstrual cycle pains, and you think, how are they having that at that young age? So once they get into their 20s, how are they going to be? So that's why I feel it has to be a factor. Yes, takeaway food and all of that plays a factor as well, but I feel there is something that,
There's an interesting, just reading up really quickly, there's been some research into it, and they're saying that the high rate of fibroid incidence in Black women may be due to chemicals in hair relaxers,
that's what I said as well.
diet,
With the hair,
lack of vitamin D, or stress.
Yeah.
I mean,
I was going to say hair as well.
Yeah.